Oh yeah. Okay, so let me move this a bit lower. Then we can go to the structure and try to analyze. So I will use the indices account so that you can have a clue. I don't know you know how to come into the deriv account and log in all of your information. So I'm using a laptop right now to try and analyze it very clearly so that you can hear. I'm hoping that you will hear everything and have zero challenges. So this is where we are right now, right? Okay, so this is the one that is chosen to be analyzed by us. Right. Like I told you, we start from 1 week, sometimes 1 day. It depends with how you like it, but yay! Yay! Alright. There's too much noise, I understand. I'll give you a voiceover if it's not too clear, but I'm hoping that you can hear me. So how I told you that I would be able to show you how to actually tell if it's an uptrend or a downtrend, right? And how you can be able to see if it cannot continuously continue going all the way to the upside. Oh my god. This place is horrible for a Wi-Fi spot. But if you come to big spots you will realize there's very few spots where you can have a good Wi-Fi and not be disturbed. Anyways, let's get right into business. So I want to show you something. Um okay, can you see this point? This point, this point, as well as this point, also the next line, which is this one, right? So if you see something that I was explaining to you, that for you to be able to see an uptrend is a higher high and what a higher low, right? So as you can see here, this is higher, but this is higher than this one, so they're continuously going all the way where to the upside. And also I wanted to show you using a trend line. Definitely this is the easiest one. You draw a line that connects through, can you see, it connects through there, and then you draw another one. This is how you draw a trend line, right? This was done, you draw it below this one so that they are similar and the same, so that you don't get lost. You put it above there, right? So as you can see, this shows you that we are definitely going way to the upside, right? And how can you actually tell? It's because of the higher highs and the higher lows, higher highs and the higher lows, higher highs and the higher lows, right? And I believe by this you are definitely able to see that from this section it is continuously going way all the way up. And so now what is showing you that we have reversed, right? As you can see, from this point we went all the way up, came back down. Instead of us coming all the way above here where this is, okay, let me use this one. Yeah, let me use this. Instead of us coming all the way up to there, we could not, I can't see it, so let me go back to the arrow, right? As you can see, we come up, come back, we reverse back, come up, we reverse back, right? This is the higher high, higher low, right? Come up, you reverse back, right? And then you go up, you come back to this really point. And then instead of going all the way above this, we broke out of this structure. You remember when I was telling you about breaking out of the structure? That's a pattern in the sign for what? For a what? A downtrend, right? So how can you tell that it's now a downtrend? It's easy. That's something that I just showed you recently, right? It's gotta be lower than the topper point, right? And then this is gotta be lower than this one, right? Whoa, that was a serious noise. Man, pause. Alright, back to where we were. So like I was explaining that once it broke out of the structure, it created a downtrend. How can you be so sure that now it's a downtrend? It is mainly because of the what? Of the pattern that it's creating. So we have lower high and the lower low, right? Lower high and a lower low. So this is a low, it's low, but it's higher than this one, right? So that's why it's a lower high and a lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So we expect it to go a bit up and then continuously go down. So this is a pattern that we normally trade, right? As you can see, this is this pattern, and when this breaks out, comes and retest here. So it have retested, it's gonna go possibly all the way till it reaches this point. This is where we will be able to see what pattern it's going to create after. So how you can also check if it's a downtrend or it's an uptrend, you draw trend line again like I showed you the first time. Do you see where I'm taking the trend line? This is the trend line that you will need to use. Okay, we'll go back again. There, like I said, how you draw a trend line, if you want it to be correct, you draw it underneath this one. So you need it to touch 1, 2, 3 times, or 2 times. 1, 2, that's okay. You can draw it, you come back all the way up, and you put it there, right? So what you expect this to do is go all the way to the top, not to cross all the way going up, but for it to, so the only way you enter this trade is if it cannot go through this what trend line. If it fails to go through this trend line, comes back, breaks down, then you know it's going to hit all the way here. Yes, if you want a few cents, you can enter this trade, but you can make some quality bucks because we are currently on a 1 day chart, meaning these are really going to be a lot of candlesticks. So you can literally come in on this trade, but I think it's been failing to break out of this what section. So it probably is one of the most strongest sections. So I'm gonna put a line here, as you can see, because here it touched here, failed to cross over until it broke out, came here, did some rub, and then came all the way. As you can see, failed to break through, came all the way down, came here, failed to break above. So we're basically hoping it fails to break out and then goes all the way to the bottom side. So if it breaks out of this, comes here, and then it cannot break out and go all the way up, we're definitely very sure that we're going to go all the way to the downside. So that's the promising thing. As you can see, let's choose something else so that you can be able to see. So let's go to, okay, let's check down 75. So I need you to familiarize with these and just know how to actually, so let's go to a 1 day time frame and check out what's happening here. Why am I getting notifications? What is happening? Alright, we are now serious. Oh yeah, there's an analysis that I had already made on this chart. Woo! Wow. Thing is, it has finished its pattern. So yeah, it's a missed entry, as you can see. Wow. We missed it, came back down, went all the way, came back, went all the way, came back, went all the way. Um, this is an uptrend, and I'll show you how we came from a downtrend going all the way to an uptrend. This is an already exhausted trade. We would now have to wait for a pattern or something to show us another entry. So let me delete all of these lines so you can be able. So how to delete all these lines? You just right click and then click delete all objects, right? And then it's going to delete everything. So I'm going to draw trend lines just to show you how to be able to see how the trend is going. As you can see here, this was a downtrend. I'll give you homework for you to tell me what a pattern is and what you think that pattern is all about, right? So let me do this, and then exactly, right? So as you can see, what we said with a downtrend, we said we've got lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, right? Low, as you can see here, it broke out. So the best one is for you to trade using trend lines. As you can see, you can easily check if it's going to be a what to break out and change structure. So right now, as you can see, this was a downtrend and now it broke out. And look, it's the same pattern that I showed you that side, but it's on the what, the reversal state, or different. Can you see it definitely hit take profit and now was hit? So when you draw a line like this, you'll see this is a pattern that tells you either it's gonna buy or it's gonna sell. Once shut, yep, close.